Kia ora. My name is Sue and I teach mathematics in Northland. Our rural high school has a mix of Māori and non-Māori students, and our classes have a bring your own device policy. In this video, I will explain why I chose Padlet as a tool for my digital collaborative learning innovation. I'll also discuss the problem I was facing when teaching my Year 11 internal maths class and how Padlet helped address some of those issues. What was the rationale for this Padlet innovation? This maths class is for low ability students, and a high percentage of these students struggle with literacy and they struggle to read and write statistical reports. At this time of year, there are many sports exchanges, surfing championships and other co-curricular activities where students miss class time and learning opportunities. Previously, I've tried to help students know what to do next in their statistical investigation with a sticker chart. This year, I hope the headings on the Padlet and group cooperation would help students work through an entire investigation. Students don't want to put effort and time into an investigation if they're not receiving credits for it. There must be some form of intrinsic or extrinsic motivation. If students don't write a practice investigation and get feedback, it's difficult for them to write a report for their assessment. 10 numeracy credits are required at level 1, so maths can be a gatekeeper to higher study in NCA. This is my lean innovation plan as I thought through the how, who, what and why of my innovation. This shows how students went about the task. They chose their own groups and selected a moderator. With a Padlet board, the moderator can edit any posts and change the background. The top photo shows the links that I made on Google Classroom for the groups to go to find their Padlet board, and the bottom shows the template that was used for the statistical investigation. Critique of the innovation. Comparing the Padlet innovation to a more traditional pen and paper project, there's functional improvement with students being able to edit their work easily, personalise their background, receive formative feedback in real time. The task can also reach modification level if the students download a copy of their project for future reference and if the board is quite personalised. Padlet has quite a high score on the app review tool of 23 out of 28, and it's an app that's designed for students to easily create a presentation board. One of the goals of my innovation was to encourage collaboration. The first time I have used Padlet for this, students did not make substantive decisions together, so the innovation only received a 3 on the rubric. With more practice and discussion, I would hope the same innovation would reach a 4. There were many elements of disengagement that were overcome by the Padlet innovation. Cognitively, the students were given choice and power to problem solve. Behaviourally, the students were engaged and accountable to their group. Emotionally, students felt safe in the groups they had chosen. The problem of low literacy and missed lessons could potentially be overcome by the collaborative nature of the activity and peer tutoring. This required students to want to help each other expand their knowledge. I think a collaborative Padlet statistical investigation is a good innovation because of the way it fosters positive motivation as seen in the diagram. Analysing the impact of the innovation. In the table, I've taken the collaborative learning elements from Gann et al. 2015 and considered how the Padlet app can leverage student collaboration. In particular, it increases student accountability, makes editing easy, the teacher can see group progress and all contribute from any device at any time. The impact of the innovation. I think that we had a step forward in collaborative skills. Students have more awareness now of what collaboration is, not just working separately in a group. In the reflection sheet, the students commented on the amount of their contributions and whether it was a fair share, and behaviour engagement was enhanced, with most students being on task. My observation in the classroom at the time of the study, all students were participating, although there was not a lot of group discussion, and there was no real consensus in the conclusion. Each group moderator made sure that all members were participating, and Pope Joy in 2013 confirms that peer leadership contributes to the success of collaborative groups. Students appeared to enjoy the challenge and were involved and on task, although looking at the results in the appendix, you can see that 2 groups didn't quite complete their boards. In discussion with a colleague, he suggested awarding a number of points to each group, and then the groups themselves decide who should get the points, so distributed among the members. I thought that was a good idea. I think I would only allow 1 device per group to encourage discussion and more collaboration. I would again discuss with the students about what interdependent collaboration looks like. From the participation form, students stated they would do better if they did this kind of activity again. Previously, I'd only thought of Padlet for brainstorming ideas, but now I think it's a very good device for groups to work collaboratively and publishing their learning. It fits the rationale to increase engagement of students on a statistical investigation. The impact of Padlet on learning really depends on the extent of robust discussion that takes place and the amount of peer teaching and learning. With more use, students would hopefully be developing more of those collaborative skills. What's missing in the Padlet? The only thing I thought that would be really helpful would be a different coloured pen that you could use for feedback, so that as a teacher you could add feedback which could be easily seen. I ended up using a picture, but that was time consuming. Thank you.